remain on board for S and A gates.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. We'll advise you when it's safe to move about the cabin. Mahalo.
We were headed to Honolulu, but I decided to make a short layover in Maui. I've never been there, so I wanted to see what it looked like, at least from the sky. It was exciting seeing land come into view after 6 hours of nothing but ocean and sky. But as we got closer and closer and flew over Maui itself, I started to realize that most of it was kind of dry and brown and nothing like I had imagined. I have to admit I was a little bit disappointed. I was expecting green and palm trees and rivers and stuff like that. We had a 1-hour layover at Kahului Airport, very small airport, and from the windows you can see Haleakala in the background. We were soon on our next flight to Honolulu. From the moment the plane started taxiing to the time it actually flew over the coast was about 58 seconds. And during that time I got to see more of what the land looked like, and it was basically flat and dried and brown, but out in the background there you can see the start of Mount Haleakala started to rise, and it's always hidden in the clouds apparently, so you can't see much more than the very beginning of the foothills. We flew over an area called Sprecklesville Beach, and it's probably the prettiest place I've seen so far from the plane. About 7 miles southwest of Maui, we flew over this little island called Kahului. It's the smallest of the 8 main islands of Hawaii. It's uninhabited now, but the military used to use it for bombing training. And finally, Honolulu. Drop off our bags, change our clothes, and off we go to the beach. My daughter and I have a sort of tradition where before we set foot on Waikiki, we'd have boba tea and a musubi wrap, and we'd just sit on the beach and enjoy the first night. Here we are at Kuio Beach. It's just on the east side of Waikiki Beach, separated by the Sheraton, and I believe it's actually prettier than Waikiki. Has a lot more trees, and it's just a more pleasant place to sit and enjoy. There's more shade, and the crowd is much more, calm. The catamaran comes in once every hour, and this was the last one for the day. And I had just caught it, and I was expecting a really good view, but I also caught a man flexing his muscles for his friends. So anyhow, that's part of the view. Even though there's a large crowd here at Kuio Beach, it's always very relaxing and peaceful. Everyone just seems mesmerized by the sunset. And thousands literally gather from Waikiki to Kuio just to stand there and watch the sunset. It's a very peaceful feeling. The aqua blue of the ocean is just so beautiful here. I've been to Hawaii 8 times in March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. From May onwards, the water was quite warm where you could just walk right in and feel very comfortable. But in March and April, those months when I went, the water is quite cold. And so, like this man is doing, the water hits him, he feels a little chilled. So it would take me about 30 minutes to warm up along the edge before I actually felt comfortable going in.